Assalamu alaikum friends, welcome back to the channel. Younes Charfaoui is here, and in this video we are going to see some problems of removing duplicates using the collection set. Let's get started. As you may already know, we use sets to remove duplicates from collection. So let's say here I'm having this class called person, and let's create a set of person like that, and let's do mutable set of like the following, and let me just do the person here, and let's try to add some persons. And let me just duplicate some of this. So I will just print the sets like following, set person, and that wouldn't work because as you may see, we don't have the toString method. I will not use the data class. I will show you why in a minute. Let me just do add insert toString like the following, the age, the file here, and also let me do that. And if you run that again, you'll see that I'm having 5 as the set didn't pick up on anything. Why? Because that will depend on the implementation of the set. Now we know that the set, what we will do, will remove duplicates, but how it removes duplicates is up to the implementation detail. Now you have to be aware of the implementation detail. Like here in Kotlin, you are using mutable set of. Now if you click here on this mutable set to see the implementation, you are going to see it is using what? It is using a linked hash set. The way HashSet work is like the following. It uses the hash of the function or of the class, in order to compare the instances of that class. So the way to enable the HashSet to compare your instances is using the equal and the hash code. So I can go here, use the equal hash code and do the finish right there. Now here for the implementation of the equals is a little bit verbose here. I can do one simple thing. I can do this one, like the hash code is equal to my hash code, and just return that, and everything will be fine. I don't have to compare the class name and everything else. Let me just do that. Now, if I run this one, it will work just fine. You will see just 3 instances. So as I said, removing the duplicates require the class, this set, to know how to compare this person instances in order to delete they are equal. So if I use something else, let me just delete mutable person and do the hash set directly, like the following. If I run that, it will just work as I said. So the hash set will work with the hash because I'm using the hash in order to compare things. Now, if I use something else, if I use like, for example, tree set, let me just do that. And let me just run everything. For the tree set, there is an exception because the person cannot cast to comparable. Why? Because the feature about tree set is it allows you to sort the persons, right? It's allow you to sort the person. And the way to sort it is by using the comparable interface. But it uses this comparable interface also to remove the duplicates. So as I said, you have to know what set you are using in order to implement the correct things to allow this comparison and this removing duplicates feature. So what I have to do here is just using the comparable interface, and for person, of course, I have to do this compare to, and let me just return 0, for example, here, just to see if this error go away. Exactly, go away. Now I have to compare them. And how to compare this person to another person? That's the issue, because you have to provide either 1, either 0, or either -1. 1, if it is bigger, person is bigger than a person. So let me do just the following. If this dot age bigger than person or the other person dot age. Now what I will return in this case, I will have to do just normal one. I will return 1. If their age are equal, I will return 0. So I'm using the compare to in order to rank the persons. Now if I run this, what you will see is just normal this 3. But as you can see, it is removing the duplicates. How it is removing the duplicates is by using this compare to. Here is the catch. If I use another, for example, D here, but with the number of 3, and if I run it, you won't see any D here. Why? Because it uses just this 3, and there is already this 3, so it won't show it. So to recap, you can use set in order to remove duplicates because set doesn't allow duplicates in its collection, but the way to do it is different from different sets. So you have to know what type of set you are working with, what implementation of the set you are working with. If you are working with tree set, hash set, linked hash set, and so on, you have to know the implementation details in order to provide this feature for your classes. There is some best practices to use. For example, always try to provide an equal and the hash code of course, toString would be helpful to debug things. And this compare to is specific to the tree set. So you have to use it for the tree set. Otherwise, you can use it if your instances of this person are comparable. I don't know, it's not comparable in this sense because you have to include also some name thing, but that's the thing. Usually Kotlin we do like this data class, so we don't have to do this toString dot equal and hash code. You have only to use this compare to. So that's it for this video. I wanted to mention the importance of knowing the implementation of the set you are working on in order to provide this removing duplicates feature. It's not an obvious thing to do. All right, so thanks a lot for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and see you in the next videos. Salam alaikum.